When you need mealtime inspiration, it's worth shopping Kroger, where you'll find over 30,000 mouth-watering choices that excite your inner foodie. And no matter what tasty choice you make, you'll enjoy our everyday low prices, plus extra ways to save, like digital coupons worth over $600 each week. You can also save up to $1 off per gallon at the pump with fuel points. More savings and more inspiring flavors make shopping Kroger worth it every time. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
At Evernorth Health Services, we believe costs shouldn't get in the way of life-changing care, and we're doing everything in our power to make it possible. Behavioral health solutions that also keep your projections at their best? It's possible. Pharmacy benefits that benefit your bottom line? It's possible. Complex specialty care that cares about your ROI? It's possible. Because we're already doing it. All while saving businesses billions. That's Wonder made possible. Learn more at evernorth.com/wonder.
It fooled me, we can't get fooled again.
In Dallas, Texas, 3 shots were fired at President Kennedy's motorcade in downtown Dallas.
December 7th, 1941, a date which will live in infamy.
You don't know what you're talking about, do you?
Because people have got to know whether or not their president's a crook. Well, I'm not a crook. I've earned everything I've got.
If you don't like what we tell you to believe in, we'll kill you.
All right, kids. Listen. Don't listen to this podcast.
Don't listen to this.
If you're not of age.
What's of age?
18.
So 16?
18. We're a bunch of dudes, and we're going to say some really bad words.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Conspiracy Podcast.
Yo, yo, yo.
What up?
Jorge's like, do I talk now?
How's everybody doing tonight?
Great, man. And just so everyone knows, Jorge does exist. He's a real person.
I know.
He's been much more active in the Discord. I've been super pleased.
I'm proud of him.
And if you guys are just listening in for the first time, you can join our Discord for free, or we have other options as well.
Yeah, that's
options.
Right. Well, you can join the free Discord, which limits you to general pleb chat.
Right, but you can hang out with us for a little bit and everybody else. But then we got other things like the rich folk.
Yeah, we have
level.
the rich only level. We have the VIP chats, which is for all Patreon members getting the VIP chats, and a bunch of not subreddits, whoopsies, like sub Discords, like about your hobbies, and we got trivia, we got show feedback, we've got ideas, suggestions, like a whole smorgasbord of shit in there.
So come hang out with us.
Please.
Exactly.
It's very personal.
So this episode...
Come hang out with like Eric and Sean mostly.
Yeah, Jorge, when you see Jorge, he's like a unicorn, he's come into the chat and then he's gone. And he disappeared.
I'm back, baby.
I know. Sometimes I text him personally and I'm like, hello. Are you alive?
So this episode is brought to you by one of our VIP Patreons, by Caprice. And not only is this her request, this is her research too.
I know. Caprice is killing it.
So she did a double whammy.
Yeah.
Like she's,
her episode.
So you know this is going to be a legit episode because she's like, she already had this documentation ready to go, this on the off the cuff.
That's right. So this episode is all about cloning technology. What does cloning mean for us? The technology is advanced far enough for us to be fucking worried,
dude.
And that's the point.
It actually has. Yes. It's kind of a little weird.
Yeah. So from Jurassic Park to Star Wars, Attack of the Clones, we've all seen our fair share of science fiction cloning. But what if cloning was real? And what if we walked among them and we didn't know it?
And they were just like, it's like the barista, and you're like, why is he so dicky? It's a clone. He's like, fuck.
So 18 years ago, President George W. Bush gave a State of the Union address prohibiting the use of human cloning in the U.S. But where else does the world stand in this dilemma, and how did we even arrive here? And this is where we're going to play Bush.
A hopeful society has institutions of science and medicine that do not cut ethical corners and that recognize the matchless value of every life. Tonight, I ask you to pass legislation to prohibit the most egregious abuses of medical research, human cloning in all its forms. creating or implanting embryos for experiments, creating human-animal hybrids, and buying, selling, or patenting human embryos. Human life is a gift from our Creator, and that gift should never be discarded, devalued, or put up for sale.
So that's Bush.
Yeah. I mean, I would have to say I'm in full agreement with G-Dub.
Yeah?
Like,
Okay.
dude, yeah, I think human clone. Why? Why do you need a fucking clone? What's the purpose?
Can't help but like laugh every time I hear that guy.
I know. I just love his voice. I feel like he's
hard to take him serious.
It really. I just think of like my kid, like trying to like
know,
explain to me like why I should give her a fucking popsicle. She's like, hear me out, check me out.
Well, cloning is not a new idea. It's been around for generations and began as far back as 7000 BC through selective plant breeding.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say like were they cloning motherfuckers back then?
So basically, this helps speed up normal development and allows farmers and gardeners to reproduce reliable plants based off of their mother plants.
Oh yeah, you do like like my wife does that. She takes like you pretty much take cross sections of that same plant and then grow a new plant from that same plant.
Oh, okay, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
While this is a widely used cloning process, this is obviously not what we're actually talking about. We're not it's more of a replication of a plant.
It's not taking like the DNA of the plant and like creating a new plant. Yeah.
So there are two types of cloning: therapeutic and then reproductive cloning.
Oh yeah, so it's like you take like if you clone like cells in your body and then like pump them back, into your body.
Stem cells.
Exactly, stem cells.
Yeah.
Exactly,
Yeah.
that's exactly right.
That's right. So therapeutic cloning copies genes, tissues, or organs and used to treat or prevent diseases. Reproductive cloning, typically what we think of, are living copies of other organic full organisms.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So as medical science progresses, there's the concept of, say, your kidney fails.
Yeah, and then they clone a new kidney
and they clone a kidney. Instead of taking Sean's kidney and giving it to me, and then I have some fucked up kidney.
It's like useless kidney.
I actually would then have a fully cloned kidney of my own.
We also know that it's your body is going to accept it. Like, there's obviously that when you get like, transplants, there is a chance that it's like the body's like, nah,
but this already exists? Like,
oh
damn.
yeah. Oh dude, I think they cloned.
Oh,
I think they've cloned like many organs.
Yeah.
Actually.
Oh yeah. Wow. Oh, we're gonna go. Yeah, we're gonna go.
Or he's like, this bullshit.
Here's what I think is. I think at the end of this, it's really gonna be the debate between how far do you go, and how far is like too far.
I feel like this is like a Disney thing.
Yeah.
He's like, like just make me another one who's got fresh lungs for the just like a fresh lung one.
In 1885, the first artificial embryo was formed by splitting two cells within a sea urchin in Germany. This really got the ball rolling and allowed scientists to see the potential in being able to clone different organisms. But a lot had to happen to get to where we are today from 1885.
Oh, yeah, of course.
While technology developed in the 1900s, cloning slowly began to advance from those early trials. The first massive milestone was in 1902 when the first vertebrate species, a salamander.
Like vertebrate. It has a spine.
Yeah. Was cloned via artificial twinning, which was the same technique from 1885.
Oh, like they take like an actual, in essence, you're making a false twin by.
That's right.
But instead of a twin happens when the cell's neighbor it's split naturally,
right.
and they create two exact copies.
They force
it.
They're
like, we're cutting it. We're splitting it.
That's right. So artificial twinning, unlike cloning, gives a result similar to that of identical twins. Is exactly what Sean's talking about, meaning that the new organism is not actually a copy, but it's just similar.
So it would have like different DNA?
No, same exact DNA.
Same DNA, but it would be like, you ever see a twin? I mean, I don't know if you know any twins, but they're not quite the same.
Well, they're
the same.
They're identical in terms of but there's physiological differences.
Yeah.
But they're in terms of their genetic code, they're exactly the same.
Yeah.
So the DNA is the same?
DNA is exactly the same.
In identical twins?
Yeah, DNA is exactly the same. Because it comes from the same cell. So identical twins is when it comes from the same cell and the cell splits.
Yeah.
And then those two separate cells grow.
Yeah.
And then fraternal twins is when there's two fertilized eggs that happen to both be in there. So that's why they look completely different, but they're twins because they're born at the same time.
Yeah. There you go. Unfortunately, this is where progress halted, and for 26 years, nothing progressed. Then in 1928, scientists discovered that a cell's nucleus controls the development of embryos. And that was the key to cracking the code for cloning animals and then possibly down the line humans. Okay?
Weird.
With this new scientific understanding, cloning became a space race of cloning, so to speak.
Gotta beat the Russians.
Essentially, who was going to be able to deliver the first clone? In 1952, scientists in Philadelphia performed a successful nuclear transfer in frogs, a process that, unlike early techniques, involved transferring a differentiated nucleus into an egg cell to create a clone. So, for example...
Oh, so they take the fucking nucleus from the cell itself and just put it in a different cell.
There you go.
Weird.
Yes.
Okay.
So, for example, once they figured out that the nucleus was the key, then they were like, okay, well, then how do we fuck with that nucleus? Yes, exactly. So, for example, the frog experiments used an intestine cell to develop more tadpoles. Yeah. By 1975, they had created their first mammal embryo, a rabbit. This proved that cloning was, in fact, possible, but still had researchers questioning if artificial egg cells could develop into adult animals when placed into a surrogate mother. It also left researchers wondering if adult cells could be cloned or if that was only a possibility for embryonic
like if
cells.
they could take like from an adult instead of like an embryo. Like
Exactly.
The most like malleable form of life is like the embryo.
Right. So basically that is, could you clone Jorge compared to the embryo that created Jorge, X amount of years ago.
Okay.
Yeah?
I also think that, just for branding purposes, we should make a drink called Nucleus. I feel like that'd be like a hot energy drink, like Nucleus. I'd fucking drink Nucleus. It's the key. Nucleus.
So a point of note, there were 3 cloned sheep that were born between 1984 and 95. But these were from fetal cells, so they weren't, you could call them cloned, but they were using that technique.
You're cloning like a thing that's not even fully formed. Like
there you go. Yeah.
As opposed to like you taking like
because we think of clones.
Yeah, like somebody scrapes my skin cells off and then there's another me walking around 30 years.
Yes, exactly. We think of like Britney Spears left in 97, and there's a new person there now rather than the scraped. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so these questions would finally be answered in 96, though. Researchers at the Roslin Institute in Scotland had taken the mammary gland of a 6-year-old Finn Dorset sheep and an egg cell from a Scottish blackface sheep for a process called somatic cell nuclear transfer. So SCNT involves taking cells from an adult and transferring them into an egg cell, which they are then placed into a surrogate. Okay, you tracking?
So they pretty much take the egg, they put the cells in it to make that egg that thing, and then they fertilize it.
Yes.
And then, it's so weird. But then how, it wouldn't be, how can you, that's my thing is in order, maybe it's already fertilized. You take an already fertilized egg, and then you pretty much you brute force the other genetic code into it. Because
I don't know the answer to that.
Because you would think if it wasn't already fertilized, then you're adding in new genetics with the sperm that's fertilizing the egg. So you're adding in another separate genetic code. So therefore, it wouldn't actually be a clone.
Right.
It would just be like a son.
Yes.
In essence, because it'd be half. It'd be half the.
You'd have a receding hairline, but that's not it.
It's the blackface bald sheep.
Okay, so the sheep's name was Dolly, and it was named after Dolly Parton.
Really? I could have never guessed that.
And was born to her Scottish blackface. I don't know why it's called blackface.
That's why I said
How did they get away with that?
Because it's a sheep. It doesn't matter.
I don't know.
Nobody cares.
There's no race going on here.
I know, it's like
interspecies racism.
I know, it's like with the N-word sheep. Scottish N-word sheep.
I love how sheep can do blackface, but I can't.
Exactly.
That's not fair.
Sheep supersede the sheep. The sheep can't be canceled.
So Dolly was born to her Scottish blackface surrogate mother in July of 96. But oddly enough, Dolly had a white face.
Ooh.
And no markings or genetic similarities to her surrogate mother.
Oh, so fuck.
Instead, she was the exact clone of the cell donor, not her surrogate mother.
Well, wasn't that the point?
Well,
why would it be a clone of the surrogate mother? Because
they thought it was going to be a clone of this, or they thought it was going to be just for matching the surrogate mother, but then essentially it was cloned.
Oh, they're like, oh shit.
They're like, oh my God, this is cloned. And so
Yeah,
then
this is way better than we thought.
Then it became an international phenom.
Oh, they were
And it was
like,
Dolly. Dolly's everywhere. Dolly the clone. Here we are in '96. Oh my God, we can clone shit.
They're totally thinking like we're winning Nobel Prizes for this shit.
Yes. And then of course, go figure. George Lucas is like, let's make Attack of the Clones.
It's like, perfect timing.
Yes.
I already had this idea. It's my idea.
Yeah. So Dolly quickly became an international sensation and revolutionized the world of science. And I quote, her birth proved that adult specialized cells could be used to create an exact copy of the animal that they come from. And it opened the world of possibilities for cloning everywhere. So with Dolly's birth came about excitement, but also criticism in the ethical concept.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Here we go.
Would she have medical complications? Would she be premature? At what age would the acceleration begin? Would she live a normal life? Is it inhumane to
totally.
breed her? Because maybe she's going to have a horrible life and it's going to be short. I don't know.
Who
You know what I
knows?
mean? All these different things. So there you go. That became
weird,
the flurry of
like
96.
genetic anomalies.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
you get like fucking
But for the most part, she lived a normal life.
She's killing it. She's still alive.
Through health screens, scientists were able to determine that she did not display weird Benjamin Button age-related complications.
That would be fucking wild. Though. She's born as like this like fucking I know, like can't even fucking bleat, right?
Yeah. She went on to birth 6 babies.
Oh shit!
Oh wow!
She lived normally with other sheep at the Roslin Institute in 2001.
Living her best life, 6 kids.
Dolly was diagnosed and treated with arthritis.
Dolly liked fucking mac and cheese, and she
around this time she contracted a sheep virus that caused lung cancer. And then while she continued to live normally, the lung virus, eventually she was put to death in 2003 at the age of 6.
I wonder if is that like what's the regular lifespan of a sheep?
Well, they did determine that her sickness and early death is not attributed to being a clone.
Okay, I was going to ask, like, does it mess with your immune system or something?
I know.
Well, how would they even know? Like, I know. Well, it was not because she was a clone. I mean, obviously. we did the test.
Don't look over here. Yeah.
The cloning's perfect. So the normal lifespan of a sheep is 10 to 12 years. So she was like,
She was a little
half.
early. Yeah, she was a little early.
Well, clearly not because she was a clone.
Yeah.
Come on. Like,
I know.
Science is science.
Yeah.
She has 6 kids.
So she passed away at like middle age.
Yeah.
Middle age.
Yeah, she was like probably like she was like 38.
Yeah, in sheep years.
Sheep years.
Ooh, I love it.
No, I'm just trying to think like the average lifespan of a human is what, like 80-ish. Yeah. And so it said, so I don't know, I was just throwing a number.
Actually, I think I just read it the other day. I think males is 74 and women are 77.
I know. They always live long in this because they're like, fuck you.
Because they're so hot.
I know, right?
Because they're always right.
Yes. I know, right? Because they're always right. I guarantee my wife will outlive me by many moons, like many years.
Following Dolly, researchers began to wonder if primates, so they're kind of up in it. They're up in it. They go from the cell to the salamander, the frog, tadpole, to the sheep.
The rabbit,
and then,
the sheep.
The rabbit. There you go, yeah. So they're going up. So following Dolly, researchers began to wonder, a more specialized organism such as a primate could also be cloned. In 1997, the first monkey clone, which was a close relative of humans, was achieved. In the same year, scientists successfully completed the nuclear transfer in a sheep using genetically engineered lab cells to treat blood clotting issues by manipulating proteins found in its DNA. So, by 99, countless animals have been cloned.
Dude, yeah,
cows, goats,
dude,
mice.
They cloned fucking camels and shit. Like in fucking Saudi Arabia, they literally cloned like this like prized fucking like $18 million fucking camel, like this fucking like this like one of the. They're like, it's like a thoroughbred fucking camel, baby. Like they cloned him. They were like, fuck yeah, like,
we got to breed him.
They spent like millions of dollars to clone this motherfucker. Like it's a $50 million camel. Oh, is this? Are these? We're gonna put these up on the Patreon.
Yeah. So there's Dolly.
Ooh, yeah, she's the non-blackface one. Okay, yeah, the white face Dolly.
Yeah.
Just like Dolly.
So in 2001, the first endangered animal was cloned. They cloned a guar bison and a mouflon sheep. So it seems like they're doing good things. They're like, okay, now we can
That's how it always starts. It always starts.
Save the species.
It always. That's how they get you in the feels.
Yeah.
Don't you like fucking koala bears? They're so cute. We're gonna clone a couple of them.
Are you again saving this extinct species?
I know, right? In the arms of the angel. I know. You're like, God damn it! Just take the money. What card is open, babe? What can we use this on?
In more recent years, up till 2013, scientists then were able to create primate and human embryonic stem cells using that method. A useful experiment to explore how cloning could be used medically and therapeutically to aid against diseases.
I'm down with therapeutic.
So now
like
we're
the therapeutic
going,
route, totes,
yeah.
like for sure. Like, okay. It shouldn't be like, we'll get into it later.
So now we're going to kind of fast forward to today and what's really kind of going on now that we've progressed through the animals and the technology.
Through primates, we're going to get on
sort of thing. The latest update in September of 2023 on cloning comes from Israel researchers at the Weizmann Institute who've created a developing human embryo without the use of sperm, eggs, or a womb.
That's fucking weird.
Instead, they use adult human skin cells to create the embryo.
That's insane. The skin, they didn't even use like internal cells. It's like external cells.
That's fucking mind-blowing.
Like what if like
crazy.
What if you got some, you're like the New York subway or something, and then they like, scrape off there's a little gunk on there too. Like what?
So there could be like 10 different Seans out there in the world.
Yeah.
I really fucking hope not. Jesus, just for your sake, not mine.
Researchers argue that cloning can aid in studying diseases associated with gene mutation. It could increase a farmer's crop yields, revive endangered or extinct species, help with infertility problems, and be used in medical and commercial fields. Along with that comes questions of ethicality, playing God, exploitation tied to egg donors, surrogates, a black market of egg donors, or a black market of clones.
I know, it's like, I want Kobe. Yeah. Like, make my son Kobe.
Right? Yes.
Like, literally, do it.
Yes. So,
dude, actually, weirdly enough, there's a movie. There's a really shitty low rent movie that I watched randomly. What is it called? I think it's called
about cloning.
Heaven versus hell. But like the hell people are they've managed to get cells from like all these super fucking Mozart and they clone Jesus.
The clone Jesus.
Yeah, they do. I think it's called The Devil Conspiracy movie.
Oh, wow.
The Devil Conspiracy.
Okay. I've seen that on Netflix. I haven't watched the movie.
Autoplay.
It autoplays for me.
Yeah, so pretty much like these like devil worshippers, they steal. Apparently, there's this like rag that was like over Jesus' face when he was buried, and it has like his cells on it, and they like steal it, and then they're able to. So they sell pretty much clones of all these elite. Like, I said, Mozart and Da Vinci
awesome.
and like all this shit, and like people pay like millions of dollars to have like their kid be that, like a replication of that. And the next one was Jesus, and they were like, who wants to have their kid be Jesus? Like highest bidding.
Right.
And then there was like a fucking porter to hell. It was a weird thing, and then there was like angels, and there were rah, and it was a shitty movie.
You lost me now.
It was a super shitty movie, but hey, it's about this.
It is about this.
Okay, it's on Eric's playlist.
Then started to develop these things called cloning radicalists. Yeah,
sounds about right.
Yeah, okay. Sounds about right.
Yeah.
So the first of these research radicals to step up was something called CloneAid. CloneAid, an organization based on the religious belief of an ancient alien civilization called Raeliism. The group had 35,000 members when they began to advocate for human cloning in 1997.
Oh, they're like radicals for human cloning.
Yeah.
Oh, I was not expecting that. I was expecting on the opposite side.
By 2002, the group had announced their first successful human clone named Eve.
Wait, what? How did they do it themselves?
Fundraising scientists.
35,000 people. Were they all rich? Who are these 35,000 people?
It was reported that the girl was born via C-section at 7 pounds to a 31-year-old American woman. However, because of the strict cloning laws in the U.S., Eve was born outside of the borders for her own safety. Proof of Eve's existence was never provided, and the information was offered just at face value.
Okay, so there's literally zero.
It's more of
they're
like
we did it.
It's more
trust
like
me.
Yeah.
Trust me.
It's more of like if us three went to Cuba, we raised a bunch of money, we got a scientist, and
we
then
were like, clone me.
And then we cloned somebody. I don't know if they did or didn't, and then we sent out a press release saying we did.
They're like, provide proof. They're like,
providing
we
no
can't.
evidence.
But we can't provide proof.
Show us a picture. No.
National security.
National security. Terrorizers.
So Clonaid, despite the doubt and the controversy around them as a group, they just continued to report successful cloning.
We got this shit down to a science.
Today, Clonaid's website is still active, claiming that
I've
they
gotta
are
check this
pioneers in human cloning, with 13 successful clones around the globe.
But you don't know who they are.
Meanwhile, most of the scientific community calls BS.
You looking up the website?
Here's Clonaid. Yeah. Welcome to our
It's like
website.
some 1993 HTML.
I looked it up too. It's
like
one
so
of the
bad.
worst websites.
Yes to human cloning, and there's like a DNA strand, like a baby.
Yeah.
Like
It's almost retro. It's
Yeah,
almost
it's
kind of
so
cool.
bad.
please feel free to browse our site and learn
There's
more
nothing to
about
browse.
what we are
There's
about.
like no copy on there.
And then look at services. You're like, come down to Cuba, and we can first fill out our contact form. One of our representatives will contact you to discuss your situation and goals. Our medical team will evaluate your case.
I know. I saw it. I saw it, and I was like, I can't. And I clicked away.
Yeah.
What, the baby, a genetic twin or clone of the cell donor, will be delivered in a new human life. That of the desired child will begin.
Do you think you could pay them? Like, do you think it's
Yeah.
like they actually?
What do
have
you
a
mean?
part?
This is
meaning on the website.
This is like for profit for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In 2004,
Human cloning is a safe reproductive choice, and our success rate is similar to those of other assisted reproduction techniques. If you have HIV plus and want to have a child that would be your genetic twin without infecting either the baby or your partner with the virus, wow, what? Like, there's a lot of claims here.
Yeah.
They're heavily claimed. Okay.
Yeah. In 2004, a South Korean veterinarian and biologist named Hwang Woo-suk reported in a world-renowned science journal that he and his team successfully used the technique we talked about at the beginning?
Yeah, the nuclear
SCNT.
Yeah.
They used that method to develop the first human embryonic stem cell. Hwang quickly received world recognition and was seen as a hero in South Korea. It wasn't long until whistleblowers began to emerge, though, claiming that Hwang had coerced his own research team to donate their own eggs and that the data had been manufactured and altered so that South Korea could be recognized for the first time in an academic journal. This became known as the Hwang Affair, and his research was then thrown out.
The Wang Affair. I like that. That sounds like a solid Netflix movie.
Again,
The Wang Affair.
Again, 4 years later in South Korea, a biotech company began cloning dogs. And by 2015, the company had produced 600 dog clones for families looking to clone their furry friends.
Damn.
So I understand this industry.
I would totally clone Archie. I would not. Yeah. I would 100% clone him. Like, can you do it from ashes?
Let me ask you.
Good-
Let me ask
good
you a
question.
question. How much?
How much should I pay?
Yeah, how much do you pay? Archie was his.
Archie was my boxer who died.
He was a boxer who passed away.
He's my baby.
Yeah.
He's my best friend.
So, what is your monetary threshold to clone Archie?
Man, I'm just based on my own financial means.
No, not right now.
Like
No.
$500?
Just like
No, I'm
if
not
you
talking about your finances.
If you had the money.
If I had the money?
yeah. What's too much? And
If I was super rich, I'd probably go up to 100K.
100K. See,
To clone
there you
Archie.
go.
If you were super rich.
If I was super rich,
Yeah.
Any more, I'd be like, fuck off. He's a dog. Like, come on.
What if you're just
Like,
doing mediocre? You know, you're like.
If it was like my gerbil, I was like, meh, fucking 500. But if it's like, it's just any more than that for like, even for your cherished pet, it's like, come on.
Yeah.
Like, come on, this is ridiculous.
I bring that up because I'm going to go over what they charge.
Pricing?
Yeah.
Their pricing table?
So also in the U.S.
Buy one clone, get the second one half off.
So that company says they successfully produced 600 clone dogs.
Okay.
Okay.
In the U.S., a new company emerged based from that, which is called Viagen, and they started cloning pets and livestock only. Yeah? They also offered genetic preservation so that owners can choose to clone their pets at later times. So they love them so much.
Yeah,
they're like, all right,
in 20
eventually.
years, I'm going to fucking bring that fucker back.
So if you're interested, Viagen has cut the South Korean prices in half. So here are their prices: $50,000 for a dog.
Okay. Hey, that's half the. Like, I was willing to pay South Korean pricing.
$25,000 for a cat.
Because like, it was like, yeah, fuck them.
I mean,
they live way longer. They're like,
You know, They're no offense to Cece, but they are way lower on the pole.
Oh yeah, like you don't really love them, but they're there.
Yeah.
They're like a roommate.
I mean, I have 1%. I believe they ruled Egypt.
Oh, for sure.
I'm very close.
That's another episode we're gonna do.
Very close to that.
Cats built the pyramid. It's like fucking build them, human bitches.
Yeah. And then it's $1,600 to genetically preserve them.
But my thing is like, how do we,
So future.
For like a year, or just like they'll hold it forever?
Good question.
But how do you know they're like actually like doing it, or like they look at a picture and they like source like another dog? They're like, this looks like it.
Yeah.
50 grand. They're like, look, here's your puppy. They're like, he looks just like him.
I wonder if their personality is the same.
No.
No, it's no way.
No way.
Because
that's what I was just gonna say. It's like, okay, they might get close to looking like him, but they're never gonna be like
the same dog.
The same dog.
Because obviously, it's like personality isn't like ingrained in the genetic sequence.
Yeah.
So I have a dog, and every morning he jumps on the bed and then he rests Baxter, and he rests his head on my shoulder, saying like, "I need to eat.
Like,
this is my time to eat."
No.
So do you think they would have the similar?
No.
I don't think so.
Do you know what I mean? But your dogs probably have the same kind of like something like that. Where
Well,
they do something.
You know the old
every day, and it's that thing.
You know the old concept like nature versus nurture, like the old.
No.
You never heard? Like,
you never heard of that?
The age-old thing is like
nature versus
nature versus nurture. It's like it's mainly for humans, but it can also be to animals. Does someone do something because it's their nature, or they do it because of their upbringing? So it's like,
you've seen that movie Trading Places?
Yeah.
Oh my god,
that's
the concept.
That's the concept of like nature versus nurture.
Are you inherently this way, or is
I
it because of your experiences in life that have made you into you are?
Yeah.
Same concept with animals. Obviously, animals have been super domesticated, so I feel like the nature part is mostly has been like brute forced out of animals, like especially domestic animals, because like. My fucking dog, he can't survive on his own. He'd be like waiting at the door, like, please let me in. I can't eat without you. So it's like the nature part's kind of ruling out. So like the way that dogs react and interact with their owners and masters is because of their experiences from a baby. Like, so there's no way to tell that you get a new dog and you treat it the same way that it will just do the same things. Who knows?
No.
There's no way to fucking
But
know.
if it's a clone.
Fuck no. That's ridiculous.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm asking.
It's not like it's not like, oh, like his life just begins again. Like the same life is like here.
But that theory, what do you subscribe to? What do you believe in?
Nurture.
I love the theory, but it's not going to work.
No, I feel like it's 100% nurture because I'm like, look, you can take if you take 100 people and you bring them up well and you teach them right and they're in like a decently well-off family and they're loved and they're treated well, they'll be good. They'll be good people for the most part.
Yeah.
If you take people and you treat them like shit their whole life and they're in poverty and you just fucking constantly kicking them, pushing, put them around fucking drug dealers and gangbangs, they're gonna do that because that's the only thing they know how to do. So it's like,
for the most part, I mean, there's a lot of people that get out of the hood and make something like so.
Yeah, I'm not saying you're forced.
So there's something to the nature too.
No, I'm not saying you're forced into that, but like the thing is, do you have the ability to pull yourself up out of a shitty situation? Whereas like...
So that's like an individual thing.
No, it's an individual thing, but I do think nurture is a big part of how people become who they are because what you're exposed to, what you think is okay.
Yeah.
If I was like...
For the larger percentage.
If my daughter was growing up and I was smoking crack every day, she'd be like, okay, smoking crack is like the way to live life.
Yeah.
Like this is what I do. Yeah. My dad does it every day. Like, why wouldn't I do that?
Yeah.
Because it's how kids learn. They learn from their parents. They learn how to fucking
and
talk.
The whole environment, yeah.
Yeah, so I think it's not the only thing, but it's a big thing.
Yeah, okay. Cool. Well, essentially how they do it is the companies take small biopsies from the cat or dog, and then they're cloned and then placed into surrogate carrier cats or dogs.
So they take a biopsy, and then they basically like take one of the cells so they can get the DNA from them.
The nuclei.
That's right. Yeah. And then they
will look like them.
Correct.
The physical.
I think that's the point. Correct. It's like a nostalgia.
That's why they say it's the twin thing, where if
it's not going to be the same motherfucker, but like they look real similar,
and they're really close.
Same genetics.
Yeah. So,
but one twin's like an asshole. That this dog like shits all over your bed every night, and you're like, God damn it.
True.
So as an example, though, Barbra Streisand did do this.
Cloning?
Yeah.
On her animal?
This thing, and she cloned her dog, Samantha, and she now has 2 Samanthas.
Wow. It's like, how many clones can I get?
Yeah.
It's like multiple.
There's another company.
Buy 2, get 1 free.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck it.
Like,
I'm going to take 6 Baxters.
We got a real hot deal going on.
Memorial Day sale.
I know, it's like Memorial Day sale. It's like fucking
This is
fire sale.
Again, I know this is not totally related, but we've talked about it on a few episodes, what like crazy shit rich people do.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. I think I would create a pack of dogs that are the same.
Same exact time. And Eric's
Just
like,
for shit.
I wonder which one would survive in the wild. Eric's like, I need 100 of Bax. I need 100 Baxters. I do feel like if I was rich, I would just be on the internet and be like, "It's the weirdest thing I can buy." I'd be like,
hell yeah.
Like, and I'd call my credit card company. I'm like, this isn't fraudulent. I'm about to make a weird purchase. I'm about to spend so much money. Like, don't cancel it. Just let it happen.
So there's another company that was founded from this in 2021. They're called Colossal Biosciences. And they are a de-extinction company, and that's what they bill themselves as. And their whole goal is to jumpstart nature's ancestral heartbeat, to see the woolly mammoth thunder upon the tundra once again.
I actually don't think that's right. We should not bring the woolly mammoth back. Are you kidding me?
To advance
it's like 30 feet tall, fucking giant creature. Fuck that.
To advance this is their slogan, by the way, that I'm reading.
I understand.
To advance the economies of biology and nutrition, to make humanity more human, and to reawaken the lost wilds of Earth, so we and our planet can breathe easier.
I mean, first of all,
that's their quote. That's their marketing.
I think we should bring the mammoth back.
What?
Okay, first of all, where the fuck are they going to live?
Like, what do you mean, Idaho or
in the
Texas?
Zoo.
Dude, okay.
Do you know how much land?
Or it goes to the zoo. The zoo.
Just give us one.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
It's like, my daughter's been fucking dying to see one of those.
And then we'll call it Jurassic Park.
Exactly. Bring the dinosaurs back. We got islands and shit.
It's okay.
I know, this is literally how it starts. This is literally how it starts.
How they started.
They're like, look, it's just DNA. What's the problem? Like, it's not going to hurt us. We got guns.
You have a T-Rex?
Hey, it's Kaylee Cuoco for Priceline. Ready to go to your happy place for a happy price? Well, why didn't you say so? Just download the Priceline app right now and save up to 60% on hotels. So whether it's Cousin Kevin's Kazoo Concert in Kansas City, go Kevin, or Becky's Bachelorette Bash in Bermuda, you never have to miss a trip ever again. So download the Priceline app today. Your savings are waiting.
Go to your happy place for a happy price. Go to your happy price, Priceline.
What if we made like a more crazy version
Docile
of it?
T-Rex.
No, like what if we made like with more teeth, huger?
Yes. This is the Andromeda scale megalithon Tyrannosaurus Rexus. Anywho.
No, but also it's like within 20 years, 30, actually, no, I'm saying within 100 years, what do you imagine the population's going to be at? What, 10 billion? 10 billion? 12 billion?
Yeah.
No, way more.
And then where?
In 10 years?
Oh, 10? Oh, sorry. What?
No, I said 100. I moved it to 100. I moved it to 100.
Oh, you said 10 billion.
We
sorry.
did. 100 years?
100 years? What, 10 billion? 12 billion?
We're going to double.
More.
We're going to
yeah.
double.
You think double?
15.
Yeah. Where do you think they're going to have the fucking space to put a goddamn woolly mammoth? There ain't going to be no...
I don't know. I've driven
ocean?
I've driven across the state of Texas many times. It's fucking huge.
Yes,
Yeah, I know,
is.
it's massive.
You know,
Shout out Texas.
You know, Texas is like larger than... If Texas was its own country, it's like the 17th largest country. It's fucking huge. It's like,
It used to take us from
10 hours.
I used to live down South Texas,
Yeah.
and then I have a cousin that lives all the way like northwest Texas. 12 hours driving just to get there.
Oh my god!
And I'm still not
You're
out
still
of the
in
state.
Texas.
You're still in Texas.
Still in Texas.
we actually have new rich guy Patreon member from Texas.
Shout out.
He
buddy.
asked me not to hate him, but fuck the Cowboys. You're cool. Fuck the Cowboys.
You're cool. Okay, so this company, the team will utilize stem cell technology and the SCNT to reverse engineer the development of animals that once walked the earth, like woolly mammoths, dodo birds, all those mythical, not mythical. I mean,
dragons, unicorns,
Bigfoots.
I know Bigfoots, big feets.
That's why there's so many Bigfoots out there.
I know they're like cloning. They're like, maybe this is like a really hairy dude. Clone his ass.
This is like my cousin.
This is hairy as fuck.
So, with all the progress in the field of cloning, it makes you wonder what is going on behind the scenes that we don't know about. Is there a real life Jurassic Park?
Dude,
are we living? Are we living in a manufactured world? Have you seen the movie?
But do you think there is one?
No way. There's no way.
Not like a fucking like dinosaurs like T-Rex, but like maybe they did bring back some. I don't know.
I just don't think
that's the argument.
I just don't think there's a hot enough market for it. Like, ooh, cool.
And then it gets wild.
No, not like a park where people go visit, but like somewhere where they have.
Oh,
where they're like
just testing it.
Yeah.
Okay, I believe that. I believe they're testing it somewhere.
I think so.
I mean, frankly, that might be the whole Area 51 Skinwalker Ranch, where they're just testing fucking weird ass shit.
Did we just solve another one?
Yeah. I mean, did we just do a twofer too?
Thank you, twofer. Hey, Hard, give it up there, up top.
That was a super long.
I mean, seriously, I waited 30 seconds to get that high five back. And Eric had to point it out.
I wish I filmed it.
I know, right? I started moving. No, I was just pointing it out. I was just like, yeah.
But I mean, that's where it gets wild, right? Is are there clones among us?
I know, Skinwalker.
Because we're talking about.
I keep hearing stuff at Skinwalker, and so the clones are like, "Fucking kill me!"
So we've talked a lot about animals, but now this technology started a long time ago.
Oh yeah.
So there is the possibility,
a big possibility,
that there is some sort of underground. So, here are some theories.
Yeah.
That are going around about clones. Yeah. Okay. One of these is a theories that we have done an entire episode on already.
Really?
And that is the death and replacement of Paul McCartney.
Ooh. Oh, yeah. There's actually quite a few. There's quite a few people that I think, as you can see on these pictures.
Yeah. Quite a few celebrities.
Yeah.
So the Paul McCartney one, if you haven't listened to that episode, go back. I think it was like episode 40, give or take. Like that, around there. And we went over his death, not his death. We went over his passing. No, we went over all the theories that were involved in the night that he got into a car crash.
Yes.
And so then the other theory, I think we just touched on it a little bit, was that he was replaced.
Yeah.
And he was replaced with either a lookalike or a clone.
Okay. Yeah.
And so that's the theory, is that Paul McCartney was replaced also with a clone. Now, I don't really want to go over all the stuff that we went over in the previous episode, of the secret messages in the Paul McCartney Beatles stuff.
No, but that shit I thought that was so stupid. So I really did. I was like, no. Yeah. They're like, if you look on the cover and they're in one of the mushrooms,
and you listen to it in reverse, but you got to slow it down 3.2.
I know the frequency. As long as.
Okay, now here's another story. You ready? This is a wild one.
Okay.
And it might lead to a major rabbit hole by a lot of listeners. Okay. In 2001, I don't know if you know this, but Britney Spears and Justin Timberlake were in a really bad car accident.
I did not know that.
Yeah. They were dating.
Yeah,
right?
Of course. I knew they were dating.
Allegedly, the couple had been driving down an LA freeway at over 100 miles an hour while under the influence with an empty flask found at the crash site.
Okay.
According to a Dallas radio station, Britney was fatally wounded and JT was put into a coma because of his injuries.
Oh, shit. But he's like totally coach now.
Of course, their publicists quickly shut the rumor down, saying that Britney was in great health and JT was just out touring with NSYNC. But the radio DJs claimed that they were in comas, essentially, and then there was a major panic in fans and la la la. But some argue that the two were cloned because they were making so much money for their money label that their labels and agencies were not willing to lose the money.
They're like, $100K? Done.
Yeah.
Make a couple of them. Yeah.
Easy.
Then, no, but then you fast forward on the Britney one, and she's... I mean, I don't know if you followed her, but she's not.
Yeah, she's not doing good.
She's not doing well.
She's not doing
even after
follow her now.
Yeah, even after she was released from the
conservatorship.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the theory.
She's still crazy.
It's pretty wild.
I think
to watch
that
her.
obviously that going through what she did, I can imagine that has a lot of trauma and like
anybody would be crazy after that.
Yeah, it's like like you can't even trust your own family, and like that would if my family had fucked me that hard, I would be fucked up.
Yeah.
So like I think my personal thing is that she's just scarred from that, and then she's like, I'm free, I can do whatever the fuck I want, and she's like, I'm gonna do weird shit now.
But
and then people are blowing it out.
Here's the theory. Ready? The theory is that she was cloned, then she kept making all this money, and then the clone tweaked out.
The clone,
and you remember
the clone's like
malfunction.
And then you remember when she like kind of lost.
She cut all her hair off.
Yeah, I remember that.
And then she got put into the conservativeship, and then she was probably hospitalized, drugged.
She was Baker Act.
Yeah,
dude. Maybe the clone was like, I am not Brittany. I'm somebody else. Like, I am not this person.
This is not real.
This is not me. This is the Matrix.
Anyways,
like, shut up.
Electroshock you.
Trust me.
I know it's a far-fetched theory, but that's the theory, is that she was cloned, and then the clone tweaked out, and then...
I have a big hole. I'll wait to the end, but there's a very big hole.
Yeah, okay, good.
But I'll wait to the end.
I like that. Another singer in the early 2000s was somebody by the name of Avril Lavigne. Mm-hmm. And this has been theorized to have she committed suicide after a downward depression and because the loss of her grandfather in 2003. And since that time, she was either replaced with a clone or a body double. The theory originated from a Brazilian blog.
Super reputable.
So here we have a problem already. It's a Brazilian blog claiming she was replaced by lookalike Melissa Vandella. She was at the peak of her punk rock career, but oddly transitioned into a colorful pop star during the release of The Best Damn Thing in 2007.
That does happen a lot nowadays, though. Like, there's way more money in pop, so, like, it's not that weird.
Yeah, but that's the theory, especially if you're a major fan of Avril Lavigne. It was a full shift from...
Yeah, it was.
She was a bit of... Not goth? Is that... maybe goth.
Yeah, she was kind of...
I think she was goth. She was black.
Yeah, goth.
Like, really thick black eyeliner and, like, it's kind of goth.
What's an Avril Lavigne song?
Oh, yeah. I don't even know.
Yeah, the last part I understood. The beginning.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Sounds just like her.
That is the worst.
I'm not fucking Avril Lavigne. I just know how it sounds. I don't even know the words.
Dude, I'm going to pump that volume up.
No, people are literally going to be like, off.
Yeah.
Turn done.
This is where I shut it off. No, I did see this, and then I saw like the two people that they were putting on the fucking, on the video or whatever.
Yeah.
You could tell there was a little bit different, but they were like very close. I mean,
but the thing is,
if it is a clone, I guess
it's
very close.
There's this really interesting thing called plastic surgery that people get all the time.
Yeah,
and like fucking, they look completely different because they're like trying to be.
Fans since have reported that her handwriting has changed. Her
how the fuck do they know?
Her birthmarks have changed.
Her handwriting's different. Like, how do you know her handwriting's
voice has changed? Right. You know, so there's a lot of like
the voice thing. Sure, yeah.
She grew up.
I know. She's like, I'm like sick of punk.
Let me take a little side quest here. To all my listeners who listen to a number on my side of things, isn't it great to see Jorge and Sean be so logical and so like,
we need to flip the script here.
They're so like,
Avril is not real.
They're so analytical now and so like, it's so, I'm proud of you guys.
Shut the fuck up. Just wait till the end, Eric. This isn't over.
Anyways, that's Avril Lavigne. But what's really weird about the Avril Lavigne thing is she stopped being famous.
Yeah,
it wasn't.
To me, that's the weirdest thing.
Yeah.
That's the weirdest part. Like, you have not
it didn't
seen
work.
her. No,
if she was cloned, it didn't work.
They're like, we lost money on this
deal.
Like,
I don't know any song by her anymore, aside from the one Sean nailed. But
yeah, thank you. Yeah. No, but the thing is, like, also too, you would think it's weird that they would clone people because of how popular artists become after they die.
Yeah.
Like
Tupac, Biggie,
there's
all this stuff.
Massive popularity after they die, or even artists, physical art. People who draw. No, people who like
painters.
Painters.
Yeah, more so there.
Where they're oh wow, they're good, and they die, and they're the greatest and the ever lived. It's interesting how they were like, no, just keep, because I think touring and stuff. It's like that's where they make they generate a lot of money. Anyways,
so the other one is since 2006, Eminem has also been rumored to be a clone because of his agelessness.
I hadn't heard that one.
His beard. They're like, where's that beard been all this time, brother?
I have to say, I fully disagree with this. He has so much plastic surgery.
Oh, yeah.
He doesn't even look like he did.
No, he doesn't.
You know what I mean?
No.
Yeah. Slim Shady allegedly died in a car crash and has since had changes in music, style, and voice. Fans also claim that the shape of his jaw and face have changed, and his eyes went dead.
But see, this is what we were talking about. Like, you cannot clone his skills.
No way. Like, there's no fucking way.
There's no
Because he
fucking
came
way.
out with like Rap God. I'm like, there's no human alive who could make that song. Like, I'm sorry. Because like he's
debunked.
He's so unique. His shit is so, like you can't
His voice
there's no
didn't
way.
change though, did it?
But even if you had his voice, like the fucking skills to put his raps together.
And he does it. It's not like typical. It's all like it's so
right.
It's his own fucking style that only he does, and like no one else does it.
Essentially, where this theory came from was a song called "Cloned Rappers" by Tom McDonald, and it talks about how the Illuminati.
Nobody
I don't
knows.
know. It talks about how the Illuminati clones rappers using bone samples to silence the creative visions and creative messages that they had in order to control the message.
I mean, I do feel like they're controlling the message, but not via clones. I think they're doing it via money.
Yeah.
So, and just some photos, and we're gonna put some photos of the of this on our Patreon specifically, which is the before and then the after. So we have Avril Lavigne, we have Paul McCartney, we have Barbara Streisand with her clone dog, you know, different things like that.
Yeah, I mean, Avril is the one that looks the most different. But like you said, plastic surgery.
I know the plastic surgery technology has progressed.
I mean, because
really
if you look, I'm not trying to be a dick here, but she does look hotter in the second picture.
Yeah, she does.
I mean, like so, like clearly that's why I'm like going to plastic surgery. I'm like
that's part of the cloning.
It's become hotter. Like,
so another
better version of yourself.
Another story, and I got to admit, the way the story unfolded was weird, and that was with Jamie Foxx.
Oh yeah, it was super weird.
It was strange, wasn't it?
It just super random.
Like it didn't progress like a normal story does.
And that's probably the most recent one, right?
Yeah, and there wasn't a lot of information, like, and it was just all of a sudden, like, he was gone, and then, like, he came back, and he looked all weird.
Yeah.
He looked, like, really different.
Yeah.
And, like, his skin
But we have
color
a picture
was...
of that, too.
So he had, if you don't know, he had a few mysterious hospitalizations. And it was right after he filmed the movie, they cloned Tyrone. And it's a movie about cloning.
It's a Netflix movie.
It's on Netflix. You can check it out. Yeah. It's kind of like a fun kind of movie, you know, about cloning and about.
But it's like ridiculous.
Like a funny,
it's absurd.
It's absurd. It's just ridiculous.
But the fact that this happened while he was filming or right after. Yeah. Sources claim that he had been hospitalized due to a medical complication. However, other reports indicated that Fox may be blind or paralyzed. And I remember during this, I thought he was dead.
Oh, I thought he died too.
Right?
Really?
Like when the news came out,
and they were like, his family's not saying anything, and they're like, and then he was like, oh, he's alive, and I was like, he's in a coma, like he's like fucking toast.
I thought that
because it was like 5 days later.
Yeah,
it took forever.
But then he came out with that like Facebook video or whatever, and he was like, oh, hey guys.
But that was months later, no?
So
I'm back.
So after his hospitalization,
I think it was like a month.
So right here, after his hospitalization, Fox and his family remained silent. Aside from the Instagram post from his daughter that explained he was fine and just playing pickleball. Since then, Jamie Foxx jokingly said, you know, it's crazy. I couldn't do that 6 months ago. I couldn't walk, and I'm not a clone. I'm not a clone.
I love that he says I'm not a clone.
I know. He says, I know.
That makes me think he's a clone. He says, I am not a clone.
He says, I know a lot of people were saying I was cloned out there.
Good for him for addressing it.
That was a big rumor. So,
I know.
You know, he's just...
I know it's always funny, too.
He's trying to quell the rumors.
With, like, rich and famous people, they're like, oh, why isn't the family giving us any information?
Yeah.
And I'm like, if it was my family, I'd be like, fuck you. Like, you're not getting anything.
I don't want to.
Well, we were even saying some shit about, like, the princess a couple months ago.
Oh, yeah. Then they released him. We're like, we're like assholes. Yeah. Like, super sorry.
She just needed some privacy.
I know, like, I get it. You deserve your privacy. We're dicks. You do you, girl. Like, you're doing great. That's on the Jamie Foxx thing. I do think it's weird that his skin tone is like super odd.
Yeah, but you know, I do chalk that up to somebody getting really sick and going through a traumatic hospitalization.
He's becoming far less black.
Well,
I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, it's just more the gaunt.
I think that's just the pictures that we're looking at.
Yeah.
No, I remember seeing it in the real.
All right, let's look it up.
I don't know how you become less black. I mean,
I mean, look at Michael Jackson. He came far less play. Are you kidding me? You've seen him when he was ABC. Like, dude, he's like 700 shades lighter than he was.
That's pretty black.
I mean, that's like that is a.
Okay, so that was like probably a while ago.
Yeah, that was a while ago. But then look at the the Jamie Foxx like right now, current. Oh, it looks normal in that picture.
Yeah.
Maybe he's back. Maybe he's back. Oh, here it is.
I think he just kind of looks sick. You know,
yeah, maybe he's in the lighting.
That's the thing. I think he just kind of
got pale, skinny.
Okay,
you know, kind of no sun.
I believe it.
Yeah, zero sun. You know, zero color, zero. And I don't mean that in a
no. I know.
Like, you know, I get color, and
of course,
you know, when I look healthy and when I don't.
Dude, my brother-in-law.
You get red.
My brother-in-law is white and he's darker than me, and I'm mixed. It's like, so I have no room to talk.
It's red.
No, he gets red. He gets color. Color. He's like a lobster.
Okay, what's the last story?
Last story is
What's the last story?
The last story in this is Kanye West.
What?
He looks different.
He has a theory.
He's got the weird jaw thing going on.
There's a theory when he just kind of went on the other. He just
started going wild. Kardashian. He started going. Actually, before that.
Yeah, he just started going wild.
He was like, "Oh, Jews."
Yes.
But like the clone's like losing it.
But the claim is that he's just a different person overall, but not physically.
But since when? Like, you talking about? Because he went a little while before while he was with Kardashian girl, and then afterwards
he went off the fucking deep end, bro.
Yeah, he went off the deep end. He lost the Adidas contract and all that shit.
But
didn't he walk up on stage and wasn't that probably
that was prior? That was when he went up with Taylor Swift.
That's like the beginning.
That's the beginning.
But I feel like when with Yeezy,
it got way worse.
He was. I don't think it was that. I think he was so good, and he was like such a savant.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like most people who are savants, like most people who are really like unbelievably good at their craft are like are typically a little psycho.
Yeah.
Like all the famous, like, you know, what is it? Van Gogh cut his fucking ear off. Like they're all kind of like weirdos, like a little bit. They're a little weird. Yeah. So I think he's just like super eccentric and super. I feel like
he does look very different.
He looks super different. But I also feel
nowadays,
I feel like he was probably getting, especially when you're at the pinnacle of anything, not even just music, any kind of thing.
Yeah.
There's probably a lot of pressure and a lot of people trying to dictate what you do.
Yeah.
And I think like he probably got to the point where he was like, I'm not validating his like weird like Jew hate thing. I don't know where that's coming from.
Yeah.
But like
I'm just if you don't know what that part of the story is he started coming out and saying that the music industry in Hollywood was run by Jewish people. And that
then he started saying,
run
like,
all the money.
Fuck them.
Yeah.
And then like and he's like, the Nazis weren't that bad. And like, you know, like, whoa. Like, okay, like, yeah, the Jews may run that industry, but the Nazis sucked.
That's right around the time that he lost the Adidas contract, right?
Well, that's when he lost it.
There you go.
Yeah. That's right when he lost it.
Yeah.
So, and he also famously has been saying over and over that if he disappears, it's not him coming back and it's somebody else.
Oh.
But he never disappeared.
That's a great point.
He never disappeared.
Now you say that, I'm trying. Yeah, he did not disappear.
He's also aired out messages sent to him from his team, specifically a text from his former personal trainer that described cooperating or being sent back to an institution.
Oh, that's right. He was institutionalized against his will.
And I quote, it says,
against his will.
And I quote, it says, where they medicate the crap out of you and you go back to zombie land forever. Play dates with the kids just won't be the same. So after dropping off the grid for a month, Kanye came back taller, apparently, missing tattoos, facial features different, and shopping at Balenciaga, the store he vehemently spoke against because of their BDSM child ads in 2022. So it left conspiracy theorists going,
I mean, that's probably
this really him?
That's probably the most real. This one's probably the most real one. They're like, we got to get him out of here. Like, get this man off the grid.
Is he a billionaire?
He was.
Yes.
Yeah.
He might still be. I mean, he might still be.
No, I don't think
his contract with Yeezys was like $3 billion.
Damn.
Yeah, it was so much. But then, like, I think he
lost $1 billion in a day. I remember that.
He might still be.
$1 billion in a day? What are you talking about?
He's worth $400 million now. He dropped from $2 billion after the
like
Adidas.
When they canceled his contract.
He lost all the okay.
But he's still worth $400 million, so it's like he's not really hurting that bad.
He's not.
Like, still crushing it.
So cloning is a very real.
dope song. I sent that one to you.
Yeah, he did.
Really?
And I also love that he did that. Like, literally, I will always love Yeezy just for that Super Bowl ad.
Oh,
30
yes.
seconds of
That was
like
the best.
him on his phone in the car driving. He's like, yeah, man, pay for this ad, $6 million, whatever. Like, buy go to this website
Did
and
you
then
go to
buy
that website?
it.
No,
It's the
Dude,
worst website.
but they sold like $19 million of shit in one day.
Really?
Literally, and he's like, literally, I told you, like, paid off. Like, they literally sold $19 million worth of product in one fucking day.
Wow.
It was insane, but it's hilarious. I imagine like
that's wild.
that marketing mini. He's like, I'm just gonna do it from the car, like while I'm driving. $6 million, just literally on my fucking
only
iPhone.
he can pull that off.
I know, only Yeezy. And it's like dark and the lighting sucks, and you can barely see him. Yeah, buy it.
Go to this website.
Go to this website. Trust me.
So cloning is very real. It's happening all the time, from medical to animals, etc. But the question is, are there ulterior motives behind the cloning process? And are we already walking amongst some sort of cloning, or is that way far off?
There's the biggest hole. There's one massive hole that no one's talking about. How do you age a clone to be the right age?
I was going to ask that too.
Yeezy's what, 40? Mm-hmm. So you're going to clone him and you're like, and you rapidly you clone and you make a clone 40 years old? How the fuck do you do that?
You would have had to start.
You would have had to start when he was a baby.
Exactly.
Like, that's what I'm saying. There's like, there is no way. How do you age a clone?
Yes, because based on what we've learned,
they do it at embryo stage.
Yeah,
the only way
it's not like
they
they
can
take you right now and they just
duplicate. Build the body.
They haven't figured out an old
They take your
person's-
DNA,
an
your
old
cells.
person.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Wow, I like that.
That's what I'm saying. That's the biggest hole.
Hey, you know what?
Yeah.
That's solid.
Yeah, good sir.
That's solid.
What
that
the
was
hell?
Solid data.
You're on his side?
I mean, that was.
I mean, it's the most.
That makes sense.
It's the biggest hole. Is like, how do you age a clone to be the exact age?
That makes sense.
Or at least apparent the exact age of that person, especially with the Paul McCartney thing. I'm like, that was like fucking. I mean, come on. That was like 30 years ago. Like when this whole thing went down.
If Paul McCartney, it would have been a lookalike.
It had to be a lookalike. I totally believe it was a lookalike.
Yeah.
So do you believe that like presidents and shit have a lookalike?
Fucking 100%.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
Yeah. Even
especially with stupid presidents like G-Dub. I mean, I could fucking stand in for G-Dub. Hey.
Even on the low end of the scale, like a stunt double.
Oh, right, for sure. Right. Yeah.
Where it looks just like I'm wearing the same
and
tie.
And they're in the car, and they're waving, and they're moving.
Fine.
Nowadays, you don't even have to worry about that. Like stunt doubles, the CGI, you can just fucking put anybody's face on it. Like,
AI, the whole AI shit out of them. Yeah, like,
Such a good point, though. There's no evidence.
Private press conference, like, hey.
There's no evidence that shows that the science is far enough along. I don't know, but yeah, it's strange because you're right. There's no evidence that says that it's far enough along to do that.
Right.
Yeah, because it just means like you'd be able to, oh shit, we got to clone this person now. And then like in 2 weeks, you're able to fucking make a 40-year-old clone and be like, you speak English.
And even if
you're like a normal person.
So wait. Even if you had the foresight to go, okay, Jorge is going to be the shit.
Yeah.
You could not have the foresight.
Be like, clone Jorge.
Do it now.
Yeah. But then it turns out like he just didn't make
But
any,
here's the question.
I mean? But also, how do you make them like, even if you do that, how do you like train that person to be like a regular human being? Hey, just like eat food and like poop on the toilets. And like, how do you get them to do that? Like,
okay.
Unless you do it in one of those big, massive royal families.
That makes more sense. That would make more sense.
What do you mean?
Well, like, say you're a Rothschild.
And like, as you're born, they just like make like 6 copies of you like instantly.
Yeah, or you're a Bush.
That would
maybe
make
not
sense.
a Bush.
Eh.
They didn't know. They
don't care.
Yeah,
the Bushes don't give a shit.
What are the big families? Like, what are the big families? You know what I mean? The
Vanderbilts,
Vanderbilts,
the Morgans, the
Soros.
Yeah.
They're billionaires, bro. Like,
I mean, you know.
Yeah, I do know.
I guess that would be the only.
That would make sense when they would
But
do
that's
it like
long game.
That's like super long game.
That's a long game.
Well,
So it's free, okay? And would you clone yourself?
Fucking 0% chance. 0%.
Okay.
I have no interest
about
in
you,
cloning
Eric?
myself.
I just don't have the body for it.
Eric's like, if Eric
I'm not
was
going to
built
do
like
that
a
to
Greek,
humanity.
if he was built like a Greek god, he would totally clone himself.
I mean, maybe dick size.
He's like, can I just like clone the dick only?
No, but I mean, I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah,
I mean, unless something major happens.
No,
I just don't.
I'm just saying right now.
Oh, as of now, no.
Right now, I come to you and I'm like, Eric, you can do this.
If we were like hella rich, hell
no,
yeah.
it's free. It's free. I'm saying like,
No, I would never.
No, even if free.
I would never clone myself. No, 0% chance.
Okay, but now hear out. I'm going to take his
because I know
scenario and go further.
I know that it wouldn't be me.
Okay, hear us out.
Yeah.
Even if you know it wouldn't be you, though,
I wouldn't do it.
You still wouldn't do it.
No.
Okay, and then so say a year, 2 years from now, Spotify buys the podcast.
Okay.
For $200 million.
Oh my god.
Now would you clone yourself?
Fuck no, because
Why?
No, because
what do you mean? That's so different.
No,
I'd give all.
It's not. What do you mean?
No, I just took away the money option or the money scenario.
No, but even in that,
unless you're saying like you want to go off on vacation and have your like clone.
So Eric's clone's fucking other bitches. Yeah. And then he goes back. Tell me what you did. Tell me about it. Was it good?
You just live vicariously through your
clone.
Actually, you know what I watched the other day was the Christian Bale movie where they're magicians.
Oh my god,
the Illusionist,
dude.
Yeah, that's
unbelievable.
And spoiler alert! So if you haven't seen The Illusionist, don't watch this or don't listen to this.
Don't watch this.
But yes, like
literally, and like
he's just constantly killing his clones,
and that's how he survives the whole time.
But then also the Christian Bale's character has a brother.
Mm-hmm. I know, a twin brother, yeah,
who has to live his life.
I know, it's so fucking weird. Yeah,
and with his wife.
I know, it's
all
so
those things
bizarre.
you're talking about, huh?
Yeah.
No, but I would never clone. Like, even if I was like a billionaire, there was like to me what I believe. There's no point. Like, why would I want this thing that's not me to persist through life? That's not me.
Yeah,
it's not me.
You know what I think?
How about?
Yeah.
You can't have any more children. 100%. Like you can't, and so.
But you clone you?
Yeah.
Then it's Eric Jr.
Yes. It looks exactly like
Erica.
you. It's going to look exactly like you. No, it's a clone.
Clone.
It's a clone.
It's a clone.
Yeah, again, I go back to the,
fuck that clone. Like, why should that clone get all my shit?
I did realize something though. If you don't believe in the spirit, then this is very difficult.
That's what I'm
this
saying.
is very
like,
easy.
Yeah.
Right.
If you do believe in the spirit, then it's very difficult.
That's my thing, is because like it's not you, because obviously I believe.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about cloning you. I'm just saying your body, like because we already kind of established that like it would probably not.
It's not going to be.
It wouldn't be you. It wouldn't have your skills. It wouldn't have your thinking.
I don't know. I was like super handsome back in the day. Maybe I would clone myself.
That'd be so weird. You like you have a baby that
and it's like exactly
like you. It starts growing up and it looks just like you.
I mean, I would.
That'd be weird. I don't know. It's too weird. It's too awkward.
Weird.
I know. I go like to dinner. And they're like, "Hey, does you want?" Okay. like, what the fuck is happening? I know we look a lot alike.
Last thing on this. Now, let's say you're one of the rich, evil people. You know, the real ones.
They would totally do it.
Not the 1 billion, 1.01 billions, but the real ones where they're just world domination.
Oh yeah,
the
market controllers.
Let's put chips in everybody and scan shit.
I'm gonna buy all the farmland on Earth.
We've seen a lot in stories, etc., about how do you prolong life.
Mm-hmm. Oh, right? Yeah. I mean, that's why I brought up the Disney thing.
Yeah, this does fit into.
Oh, dude, 100%.
Yes,
the prolonging of life.
How much do you want to bet that like? Fucking Bill Gates is
Let's
like Bill Gates is funding this. I guarantee
he's preserved. He's already paid the 15.
Yeah,
he's preserved his genes.
Oh, guaranteed. He's probably like preserved it for putting a goddamn like nuclear bomb shelter. Like bring me back.
But doesn't that make you feel like he doesn't believe in spirit?
100%.
Yeah.
Well, because then why would you do that?
No, but I feel like
along your point.
A lot of those people. I'm totally generalizing this, so like this is not like fact or anything. I my own perception is that some of those people who get to that level and they only care about control, the only thing they give a shit about is control, they have lost that spiritualistic side, and it's only about just how do I keep going,
maintain.
It's just like me.
Yeah,
it's only about me. And they get so fucking narcissistic that it's like 100% I'm cloning myself.
Yeah.
Look what I did.
True,
I fucking amassed this. I created this cool thing. I'm so awesome. Fucking keep me going. The world needs me because I'm superior to the world.
Zuckerberg type people.
Oh, yes. For sure. I feel like Zuckerberg is a clone of himself already. Like he's already cloned.
That's true.
Yeah. All right. I mean, there's not really a.
I mean, it's happening.
Yeah.
Now it's true.
Now, the last thing I will say though is the science of progressing healthcare kind of in behind it.
I'm super behind it.
You know,
so you would clone your lung, your kidney, your.
I wouldn't clone my brain.
I mean, I would if I needed a replacement.
Really?
If I needed a replacement brain. For sure.
Can you imagine going seeing Sean after he replaced his brain? We got. Hey, let's hey, bud, you want to just like cook up some wings? And then we go and it's like barbecue. And he's like,
it's drooling all over the place.
I know. I feel like that's what it is. But I feel like I feel like it's going to advance.
Yeah, the
medical theories,
the therapeutic way
stem
is
cell,
legit. Stem cells are legit.
All that sort of thing.
Fully on board with that shit.
But it's maybe we stop at creating a whole new life.
Well, maybe we stop at like trying to play God. Like literally, it's like man is like
creating life.
How do we play God?
Organs
baby?
is also playing God.
Oof, yeah, I know he was going to do this.
I mean, but it's not like organs. Organs is
where
not.
do you stop?
No, but organs is
the
not.
Next thing though is he's going to say you should have died.
No,
so
trying to create life is playing God. Trying to create life. Like trying to perpetuate life is not because you're still gonna die. You're just trying to keep it going.
Right? Is to keep surviving. Right?
Yeah, but it's like, but trying to create new life out of something that there wasn't life. That's the God part.
Yeah,
because like technically that's the only thing that we can't do besides like having kids. Like you have a kid, and that's our way of like perpetuating the line.
And he's very much pointing to his crotch.
Yeah,
the whole time he's doing that. Kids.
I do thrusting.
Okay, so and then last thing, just to clarify on the stories of cloning. We already know Dolly was a clone, right? Dolly the sheep was successfully cloned. Avril Lavigne, yes or no?
I'm gonna go with no.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the no on that.
I'm gonna go with no on that. Paul McCartney.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the no.
I don't even know that. I don't even think there was a lookalike or nothing.
Okay,
he's fucking alive. He lived.
Jamie Foxx.
No, he's dead. Like
he lived.
Yeah,
I'm saying like he wasn't there. There was no lookalike.
Yeah.
He lived.
Yeah, he's still living today.
Yeah.
Jamie Foxx.
Definitely no.
I'm gonna go. He was just the.
He does look very.
He looks
sick.
differently, but
it's
different. Gone. I think he's a sickly. Yeah.
Okay,
because he even did like some of his little funny like shit.
Yeah,
and I was like, okay.
Kanye West.
I think Kanye
West is a maybe.
It's a maybe for me.
For sure. Yeah. Kanye is totally. I'm on the fence about it. Easy.
But I think nobody could be as crazy as him. Like I feel like
that's his uniqueness. His craziness.
Exactly. It's like Eminem.
Special.
Like Eminem, no, because of his skills. Kanye, no, because of his crazy.
Because he's like his crazy has persisted throughout the process. His crazy hasn't changed. He's like just as crazy.
Yeah, I think they just went through something traumatic.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Yeah. All right, there you go. There's cloning technology, guys.
There you go.
Big thank you. Shout out to Caprice.
Yeah, Caprice.
We appreciate you.
You were the best. Thank you so much.
I do want to take a moment to thank all of our new Patreons.
Yes, yeah? I was going to shout out. Yeah,
so we're going to go through these now. Just so you know, Patreon keeps the podcast alive.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Truly.
Yes.
So thank you.
So thank you guys. There are 3 status levels that you can do. The top one is Rich Person, which is $25 a month. The middle one is $5 a month. And the lowest one is $2 a month. Super easy. It's less than a coffee.
And there's only I still think
put a limit.
I still think we made too many spots for
There's
it.
only 1,000 spots available,
which I still think is too many, but that's fine.
Anyway, so literally,
let's cut it off.
So literally, in the last week or so, here are the guys that have joined our Patreon, and I really wanted to thank you. So CC, Thank you so much.
Super active in the Discord. Love you, CC.
Yeah. Not only that, VIP status, rich person status.
Yeah, rich person status. She's the shit.
We see you.
And she's a really cool person.
Yeah,
so cool. I like her. Christine, thank you so much.
Yes.
Andrew, you also achieved rich person status. Thank you so much, buddy.
My guy.
DJ Hit, what's up, buddy?
Well,
thank you so much for rich person status. We really appreciate you. Brenna, thank you. I know you've been listening for a long time.
Yes, and
we finally sold you, Brenna.
I know.
We gotcha.
It's the squeaky wheel against the grease, Brenna.
Then we have 2 Mikes in a row. We've got Mike, and then we've got Mike.
I thought they were the same. I thought Mike, Mick, and Mike were the same guy.
No, they're 2 different guys.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah,
okay,
2 different guys. Yeah.
No, my
I
Mikes.
appreciate you, Joseph, James, Graham from the UK. What's up, buddy? Jeremy. Lucian from the UK as well, so we got definitely
dude, like UK's our second biggest
also
market.
Charlotte, international baby.
Charlotte is from the UK as well, so coming in. Anna, super appreciate you. Jake, I love your last name. I'm not gonna say it here, but I love you, buddy. Our newest rich person, Jaden, thanks, buddy. We really appreciate you.
And just sorry, I'll let you finish.
Yeah, and then last one is Julia. Julia has been listening for at least a year. And we really appreciate you guys, so thank you.
Yeah, seriously, just listening, and obviously the Patreon is above and beyond. You have no idea how much it helps us. Yeah. But obviously, just listen, even just as a listener, you're keeping us alive.
Yeah, that's right.
Like, we really appreciate that.
Thank you guys.
I want to let in case they didn't know, I want to let those rich guys know again. You get to pick your own episode.
That's right.
So please. Those 3 new rich guys, pick your own episode, and we will do it as long as it's not ridiculous.
We have a whole list of pending episodes already.
We have a list.
Yeah,
and we've done most of them.
Yeah. Well, now that we got new ones.
No, new ones.
But the ones requested.
Yeah. So we do the request one,
and we need 4 to 6 weeks to.
Yeah.
They're getting us a little lead time.
Exactly.
But I'm saying, like, make sure you tell us.
We will get to it eventually.
DM us in. You can either hit us up in the Rich Guy chat, or you can DM us on Discord. Either me, Eric, or me, Eric.
Yeah. Let's be real.
It'll be like an 8 to 12 week lead time. DM. Just let me, Eric, know. We're usually pretty active in the chat when we can. But yeah, we love you guys. And, as always, nighty night.